no sabi. Now for G chance to pose in way sabi. When you land there walk, he go come back to you. Now advice for patience, humility, and real leadership. I know to that you let go. Now that sabi they walk. Now for where they them they come oh. And now you them don't come back. I know to that you sabi. But would that sabi do they walk oh? Now for where they them they come oh. And now they them don't come back so. Now they them don't come back. Una no say. Would that no sabi they walk? Not doing go do they walk oh. Now for where they them go come oh. And now they them don't come back so. If you no left on for the posing way sabi, you go G we bump talk oh. We self go wait for the them oh. Now they them don't come back so. Now they them don't come back so. No to who that you let go. Now who that sabi they walk. Now for where they them they come oh. And now you them don't come back oh. Pumballing say big fool goats now for time with big rope oh. Where you no go able cut. Now for where they them go come oh. And now they them don't come back so. Everything I life get them no rush am oh. No to who that you
Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone with Fastnet.
C'est pas la blague. Hein. Si c'est chez nous, les gens vont partir. Hein.
Africa Health Organization, we call it the WAHO. It's a regional organization that has been very much supporting the healthcare delivery system in West Africa. And recently we had the Assembly of Health Ministers under the WAHO that met in Freetown, and we drafted the Freetown Charter looking at digital health delivery system, electronic medical records, etc. So we are looking for West African solutions to West Africa problems, which is unique, like the Africa solution to Africa problems. We're bringing all the experts, all the professionals together to look at our unique challenges in this particular part of the Africa continent and the world. So we have been making a lot of good gains in terms of a lot of cutting across research, training, infrastructure development, etc. We have a focal person in the Ministry of Health for the WAHO organization, and they are doing doing excellent and phenomenal work.
Past events have actually showed that West Africa is quite fragile when it comes to epidemics and outbreaks generally. A lot of the time we seem to rely heavily on the World Health Organization. Can things change?
Yes. First of all, the World Health Organization is a custodian of the health of the world, just like when the Minister of Health is custodian of the health of Sierra Leone. And the WAHO, the West African Organization, also is create an enabling environment to complement the effort of the member states of the West African and the ECOWAS states. So I think the WHO is there. I've worked globally. I was WHO consultant. I'm still United Nations accredited in New York, Geneva, and Austria for an NGO. So we have seen the value of South-to-South collaboration. The WHO is there to draft policies, but when it comes to implementation, I think we, the country, are better positioned. If you're standing here, I'm still a board member and strategic commitment of the Global Fund for West and Central Africa. So I think we know Africans, we know best our route. The best driver from here to any part of Sierra Leone is somebody who knows the route. All the bends and curves and speed bumps. So we say we Africans, West Africans, we are taking the destinies of our region and country into our hands. And WAHO is well situated to hold that, to make sure that we guide the global agenda. Not only West Africa is prone to outbreaks, the whole world is prone to outbreaks. But West Africa is unique in that when outbreaks occur, we have the data that we need to stand upon and mount sustainable and evidence-based approach to pandemic control, like we are doing now in Sierra Leone. We did it for the Ebola caught us unaware. We did it for the COVID. We did this recently for the Mpox, where we put it under control. We use the country-based data with support from WAHO and the other development partners. So indeed, yes, we are really poised to take our healthcare delivery system very seriously as a region and make sure that we do the needful.
Let's talk about recent events. They say future events cast their shadow. Just yesterday, the first ECOWAS depot, logistic depot, was commissioned here in Longe Kafubolom. What significance would that pose?
It brings resources closer to where it is much needed, and it's also enabled that South-to-South collaboration to make sure we have the resources where they are needed. It is a concept when as globally that the WHO tried to make sure that we have depot all over the Africa continent, but it has never materialized. So for West Africa to have landed that in Sierra Leone, it's exceptional. It is worthy of commemoration.
Looking ahead, after all of these, fanfare, the deliberations, the discussions, and the communique would have been signed, what do you expect to change generally?
I expect that our future intervention is driven by evidence. By coming together we can make things happen. The African proverb says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, we go as a team. And this teamwork as West Africans is going to really bring a lot of added value. The future is going to be very bright in terms of pandemic response, healthcare delivery, agriculture, finance, and all the other areas that component that support healthcare delivery system in our beloved West African region.
Thank you very much, Prof. And he's Professor Dr. Charles Senesi, who is the Deputy Minister of Health here in Sierra Leone, and basically you've heard from him. So it appears as though you shall be expecting more work from WAHO after this particular summit would have wrapped up generally, So, but I mean, let's, for those of you just joining us, this is the Africa Young Voices, and you're watching live coverage from Lunge here. Let me go back to what I was telling you before I, interviewed the Deputy Minister there. So I was basically analyzing some of the challenges that the bloc is currently faced with at the moment. And I've told you about, the Boko Haram insurgents. I told you about the issue in the Sahel region. I'd also mentioned a couple of other, challenging problems that are facing the bloc at the moment. But I was about to tell you about divided security architecture, infrastructure, before, I interviewed the Deputy Minister there. And so the creation of the Alliance of the Sahel States by Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger has created, competing regional security structures instead of, parallel, security architecture. But all of that will be analyzed later. Phoebe.
Thank you very much, Victor Jones. So we're still here at the Julius Maada Bio International Conference Center, and we continue the conversations with people. Now I have the Minister of Trade and Industry of Sierra Leone, Honorable Alpha Ibrahim Cissé. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon in this conversation.
You're welcome. Good afternoon, everyone.
Now, I'm going to take you to the ECOWAS trade and industry. Let's talk about the policies. So the ECOWAS trade policy itself aims to create a borderless integrated economic bloc to boost the current law, which is about 10 to about 15% intra-regional trade volume. What progress have we made on this as a bloc?
I mean, comparatively, we've made significant progress, and I must say it should have been better. But there are some bottlenecks that have strongly impeded some of the progress we should have made. I mean, there are two sides to it. Firstly, we have what we refer to as non-tariff barriers. I mean, this include like if you are traveling on road, sometimes the posture of custom officials and then security and the like affects trade. But again, that's one of them. The other is on the infrastructure side of it. I mean, as all of us are aware, and the road network is comparatively very challenging, though we're making progress. If you look, we now have this Abidjan-Lagos highway. I mean, there are plans to replicate that. Also, doing business, I mean, traveling by sea, it's also another difficulty. I mean, we have the Atlantic Ocean across the entire region. But again, we struggle to ship within the region as compared to shipping outside the region.
Well, let's break that down. Let's start with the trade by road. So the trade by road, you'll find business people who complain that there are a lot of challenges. The Anglophone Africa and the Francophone Africa challenge. Many of those within the Anglophone, which is the English-speaking West African countries, would tell you they find it extremely difficult crossing through the border in Francophone, French-speaking African countries. That is a bottleneck for the land movement.
Yeah, it goes beyond reducing it to Anglophone and Francophone. I mean, every individual countries have their own specific challenges. When you move from one border to the other, I mean, the method of transportation, the way we receive, how do we call them, passengers, vary from one country to the other. But nonetheless, we've also introduced what was called the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme. You go to the Ministry of Trade in Sierra Leone, for example, and my counterpart in other countries will give you your ECOWAS certificate. It allows you to move your goods across the entire region. Once you have that certificate, you are registered. I mean, the process, the company is registered in Nigeria. Will give you all necessary documents. You can move your goods across the border, 100%.
Even without registering it in those other countries?
No, it's West Africa. Once you register with us, it means it's registered as ECOWAS. That's why we give what we call a certificate, ETLS, ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme Certificate. If you watch here, there's the table here referred to as ETLS, yes. That's exactly, they are primarily responsible for that. And this is a tool that has worked very well. I mean, I can give example for Sierra Leone. You take like our vegetable oil. Today, it's exported to other countries, to Senegal, to Mali, to as far as Ghana. This is simply because they are registered with, they are registered in the Ministry of Trade, and they have what we call the ETLS certificate.
Now, let's talk about the duty-free market access. How is this supposed to work in theory, and how is it working in practical?
Well, let's look at this. As countries, we also have individual bilateral agreements with other countries. You know, so what we are trying to do at this moment is first to see how we harmonize our protocols with that of the African Continental Free Trade Area, and also to make sure we are consistent with the World Trade Organization. Maybe let me go back. This year we had MC14 in Yaoundé, and as a region we had one position. It was very, very clear. Very clear. Our position, we are unified, and we went to tranvoice to the MC14. First, that we must, let's take the key thing we are arguing on was on digital trade. we are not on the same wavelength with the developed world. So we just cannot introduce digital trade overnight. So we ask for specific concessions and specific support, especially the infrastructure, for all to be fully integrated into the global trading system. Otherwise, we'll be the losers. So as a regional bloc, we are unified on this, and we have created specific policies and protocols around these ones, and we intend to implement them across the ECOWAS membership.
Still, again, for clarity, I want to understand how the duty-free market access is supposed to work within the bloc.
You have within ECOWAS itself, for as long as get this absolutely very clear, you have your ETLS. It means you can move your goods from one country to the other directly. That is the primary tool we utilize. That is the primary one. You can move them from one country to another. But the other thing is, recall, as countries, we also have bilateral agreements with other countries. For example, recently Ghana granted Africa duty-free concession. You understand? And based on whatever you produce, whatever you produce from the continent, they can access the Chinese market. But within that agreement, we also have individual, country-specific agreements, like regional agreements relating to the bloc. So we have to create a dichotomy between how we trade within ourselves and also what we export to China. But for the continent and the regional bloc in particular, once you have your UTLS certificate, you can move your goods across the continent freely.
Let's also talk about the Common External Tariff. That's the CET. What is that? How does it work?
Well, simply, for example, whatever we are exporting, we are also supposed to pay. You have to make sure what is produced in Sierra Leone, produced in Liberia, produced in Guinea, we have a similar tariff across the board. But again, different countries, simply because we have different bilateral agreements, it negatively impacts on the implementation of that protocol. So in the ECOWAS Ministers of Trade meeting in Ghana a few weeks ago, we made a few recommendations on how to adjust that. Firstly, we've set up a framework to guide. We will not stop countries from having bilateral agreements, but there has to be a regional framework that will guide that process. We've made those recommendations, and we hope the regional leadership will approve some of those recommendations.
Let's talk now about sea travel, movement of goods. It is tougher to move goods via sea from one African country to the other, but it is easier to move from China, from any part out of the continent than it is within the continent. This is a problem, but this problem itself, business people would tell you, is a business opportunity. How do we match this problem that exists and the business opportunity that exists within the problem itself?
Ideally, if you recall, we have the presence of Dangote here, and also President Bio will be hosting a major international investment conference here in November. One of the objectives of those conferences is to see how we transform what appears to be problems and challenges into opportunities. For example, we clearly know that the movement of goods within the region is a major challenge, and even shipping within the region is almost non-existent. Sometimes if you ship things from here to Abidjan or from here to Nigeria, they either go to Morocco first or they go to Europe before they come back, and they take days, in some cases even months. But again, these are opportunities that have been identified. These are recommendations we've also made to the leadership. But government alone cannot handle this. The different governments cannot do this. So what we are doing is to make sure we create the enabling environment for the private sector, invite businessmen, invite investors to enter this space. And I think one of the key outcomes to looking for the investment summit we'll be hosting here sometime in November is to see how we transform those challenges into opportunities for investment. And definitely sea travel is a key one. It's difficult to export, especially when you talk about bulky items. When there are a lot of challenges when you compare to moving goods across borders using roads as compared to using the sea.
You say government alone cannot do it, but there are also other opportunities. For example, under the Intercontinental Free Trade Area Agreement, there is funding and opportunities to sort of create or provide the capital and needed expansion support for African-owned businesses to facilitate the Intercontinental Free Trade Area Agreement. Institutions like Afreximbank are also supporting this. How do we also liaise these opportunities with the individuals within Africa who have business ideas to be able to solve these problems?
Like I said, some of these challenges are also opportunities for investment. And I must say, obviously, the AFCFTA provides a framework. And on several international conferences have had the Secretary General raising these issues, and how they affect trade, how they affect investment. So what the AFCFTA have done is to provide the necessary environment and the framework. So what is expected now is to to see how we attract private capital into that space.
But there's a gap as well between the funding opportunity available through Afreximbank to facilitate the intercontinental trade, but there's also a gap now between that funding available and then the Africans with the business ideas to access that funding and launch into operation. In terms of collaboration, ECOWAS, again, you're a member of the ETLS. In terms of collaboration, how does ECOWAS as a bloc tap into these opportunities and sort of communicate or translate them to the countries within ECOWAS to understand that these opportunities are available and they can be tapped into through this direction to ensure that the solutions are brought forward?
Let's establish one thing. You don't need any single model to address this. You need various sources of funding. This is a fact. Our infrastructure deficit in the region is over $100 billion, and that cannot be accessed within a very short period. But what is important is we've identified the problem, and efforts are being made how to address this. And again, I can recall, I can relate to this. Let's take, for example, at the West African region, because we are fully aware that no one government or no one individual can address some of these. Some of them have been done in collaboration with other countries, like the West African Power Pool, for example. That's an energy source that's run across the MRE region. This is, again, countries coming together at regional level to address some of these challenges. Take the Abidjan-Lagos Highway. You understand, that's another big infrastructure project, opening the space for trade and investment. Again, no one financial institution was responsible to fund that activity. So a lot more have been identified. We refer to them as trade corridors, investment corridors, and we hope the various financial institutions, we have the ADB, they are fully represented here. We have other financial institutions represented here. So they are familiar with this, and I can tell you a lot of studies have been done. We just hope and pray we are able to execute this within the shortest possible time.
Let's also talk about the trade within the continent, the needs within and the solutions by other countries. Sierra Leone, for example, is a heavy importer of rice, but there are African countries that export rice. Yet we prioritize importing our rice from India, for example, Asian countries, when there are countries within the continent that we can import our rice from. The broader trade between countries, now limiting it to ECOWAS particularly, where what Sierra Leone, for example, needs is available, say, for example, in Guinea, going to Guinea to get it, or what Liberia needs is, for example, in Burkina Faso, even though Burkina Faso now exited the bloc. But that trade between member states, going to one other country for something that is a need within your country.
I agree. Again, because of so many challenges, whether non-tariff barriers or infrastructure, we trade amongst ourselves is very small. It's about 12%, among West Africa. It's really, really, really very small. So we are fully aware of that. But let me tell you, some of the cross-border trade is not even captured in figures. You take Sierra Leone and Guinea in particular, we still struggle to have the actual statistics in terms of what we export to Guinea and what we import. And ideally, if we have all the appropriate infrastructure, if we improve on our e-commerce in particular, it makes importing and exporting amongst ourselves very, very, very easy. That's very obvious. You can sit in your village somewhere in Binti, you sit there, you go into your phone, you order whatever you want to order, you pay whatever payment you have to make. You make them online, the next day the goods arrive here. It's happening now. Again, a little recently, we have the Pan-African payment system, in fact, which is supporting this regional trade. We have about 8 banks who are registered in Sierra Leone with the Pan-African payment system. You go there, you pay in leons, they receive the money in Kenya shillings, they receive them in Naira in Nigeria. Then the goods are paid for, then they ship them immediately. But a lot more has to be done. So I again continue to emphasize, as a continent, as a bloc, we are making progress. And one of the things we are doing now is to see how we align our protocols and policies with the African Continental Free Trade Area and the World Trade Organizations. We are strongly working on that. And I want to also emphasize in the ECOWAS Ministers of Trade meeting that we held in Accra a few weeks ago. Quite a number of recommendations were made relating to almost all the questions you have asked. The report is available. Part of it will be presented now, and the complete and final report will be presented to the heads of state meeting towards the end of the year.
So for the ETLS, which you're a member of, what is the ETLS going to present today, and what resolutions are you seeking to end this summit with from the heads of state?
Primarily, I mean, some of the problems we'll be able to address. Others have been persistent. Others are perennial. Again, like I said, some of the non-tariff barriers challenges we face, some are generic to specific countries. Others are across the region. But the emphasis will be on creating investment corridors. I mean, that's very crucial. And also opening up the region and also harmonizing our common external tariffs, which you have rightly raised, and also allow our people to be able to move their goods and services freely within the continent.
And lastly, this could have been a good opportunity perhaps for local entrepreneurs to have an opportunity to display their goods and services, but we've not seen much of that at the venue.
Well, maybe for security reasons, primarily. I mean, if you look, we have quite a number of heads of states come here, and normally the atmosphere where you have 3, 4, 5, 6 of the state, the security requirements are completely different, so I can't comment on that.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
That's the country, Sierra Leone's Minister of Trade and Industry, Honorable Alpha Ibrahim Sisi. He was having a conversation there with us on the trade within the continent. Because President Bio is the chairman of ECOWAS, the ministers from Sierra Leone, whether the bank governor, minister of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Minister of Trade, all these ministers have a leadership role within the committees they serve in ECOWAS because President Bio is chairman. So they also sit in strategic positions within ECOWAS. Today we've had a conversation on the ECO, which is the single currency for the ECOWAS bloc. And we're expecting that at the end of the summit, we'll be able to get to know the resolutions made on the ECO, on the trade within member states, on security, on so much more. We would be bringing you updates on the sessions. Mind you, at some point, it would be closed-door session when the heads of state would sit and have their deliberations. But after the deliberations, members of the Fourth Estate would get to know the resolutions, and we would report that to the public. This is the Africa Young Voices AYV Media Empire. We're broadcasting on Channel 33 in Sierra Leone, on Radio 101.7 FM. On DSTV, we are on Channel 399. On Facebook, it's AYV News. On TikTok, it's AYV News. On YouTube, it's AYV Media Empire. Stay tuned to AYV throughout the day as we would be bringing you live coverage of the 69th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Heads of State and Government Summit, happening here in Lungi, Sierra Leone. And obviously in subsequent editions of our programs, Wake Up Sierra Leone, AYV on Sunday, This Day, the Primetime News on the Hour, we would be bringing you updates of the series of conversations and discussions and sessions held since the 69th session for the ECOWAS Media Summit 2026. Stay tuned to AYV and we would be bringing you live updates.
Avec le système de CIMA, le système n'a pas conformé avec le c'est un peu perçu de l'école. Thank you very much. de l'alimentation et de l'agriculture. Ça, c'est une avancée extraordinaire. Trade provides more than kind of innovation. It provides roads, electricity, energy efficiency, digital connectivity, regional transport, imports to landlocked countries, releases in African program, or continental investments in road infrastructure as
Free money, no sonko. Free money, no sonko. Free money. No sonko.
Your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service-oriented, customer-friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet, always connected. Do you want to enjoy the much-needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service-oriented, customer-friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet, always connected. Do you want to enjoy the much-needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service-oriented, customer-friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet, always connected. Do you want to enjoy the much-needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with...
What the Commission has been doing is to support those countries to ensure that they actually now have additional connectivity. It is a long process, but we're making progress in ensuring that actually happens, that there's redundancy.
Transformation. This is the most comprehensive Vision 2050. Because sustainable development requires simultaneous progress across multiple dimensions. When COVID-19 threatened to overwhelm health systems across the region, the West African Health Organization coordinated respiratory regional vaccine procurement, disease surveillance systems, cross-border information sharing, and health record trading, and the European Bank, while advanced net-safe regulatory harmonization in education. ECOWAS worked to organize standards and enable student mobility. Students participated in regional academic exchange programs. Qualifications earned one country recognized in another. federal policy related to this last
freedom and prosperity, I put our interests above all else. So help me God. So help me God.
Salon, now we continue.
Sweet salon.
Now we for try for build this country.
Fine salon.
It no matter how we be today. Things go fine one day. I said things go better one day. Salon, now we continue.
Sweet salon.
Now we for try for build this country.
Fine salon.
It no matter how we be today. Things go fine one day. I said things go better one day. Salon, now we continue.
Sweet salon.
Now we for try for build this country.
Fine salon.
It no matter how we be today. Things go fine one day. I said things go better one day. The land we got them blessed. Salon, now yeah we go live in happiness. No place like home. Just now we motherland. Now we for China for build this land. Oh, me I just feel say now we no more for make ya. Me I just feel say now we no more go make ya. Let we left by that and Congo sa. Let we pull we and pandent them with them well salon. Oh, 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 oh. Salon, now we continue.
Sweet salon.
Now we for try for build this country.
Fine salon.
It no matter how we be today. Things go fine one day. I said things go better one day. Lion Mountain, beautiful beaches, hills and valleys, plenty of fishes, diamond and gold, rutile and bauxite. All we get for big salon become paradise. Let we come together, forget for tribalism. Oh, 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 oh. Salon, now we continue.
Sweet salon.
Now we for try for build this country.
Fine salon.
It no matter how we be today. Things go fine one day. I said things go better one day.
There's an emphasis on women and youth. So we've got beneficiary countries such as Guinea-Bissau, where we were able to construct a 60-bed maternity and maternity ward in Ofaka. And we also trained 30,000 youth and women and built some fish smoking facilities in the Gambia.
Children's rights and welfare remain a priority despite concrete amendments. Programs address child protection, educational access, health services, safeguarding from exploitation, persons with disabilities advocating for inclusion and isolation, accessibility and infrastructure, equal access to education and employment, representation in decision-making, progress on even was established. Disability is not inability.
There isn't gender lens, people living with disabilities, people in rural communities. So if you think about it, isn't the urban rural migration that is happening because there isn't that last mile or the connectivity in the rural area. So the framework exists. There are many countries that are actually doing actively well and ensuring that that connectivity actually comes across. But there is support for the Commission to do more.
The conference proves constructs that matters massive discussion. Millions of first homeowners, senior citizens, supporting community spaces, protecting refugees, advocating for displaced refugees, and providing assistance to millions who live in
opportunity to surf the internet anyhow. Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet, always connected. Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet, always connected. Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet, always.
Free money, no sonko sonko. 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 Free money, no sonko sonko.